What's up guys, my name is Liam and today we're going to be talking about the brand new coating on the rose gold Lamzu Atlantis Mini. Is this going to be a better option for you? Let's check it out. Alright guys, so here we have the Lamzu Atlantis Mini in the rose gold colorway, and I figured since I've never done an unboxing of a Lamzu Atlantis on my channel, I'll go ahead and do that here today so you see exactly what comes in the box here. So as always with Lamzu, they always provide you with one of the most premium possible unboxing experiences. So as you open up the box, we have the mouse here on the right side, and immediately you can tell that this definitely has a shinier finish to it. So the colorway on this mouse definitely pops a bit more over the other versions. And then at the top of the box here, we do have the dongle. And as we come to this side of the box, it looks like it does come with the grips. The grips are actually a black color. You also do get a set of dot skates, and it also does come with the bigger skates as well. So I do kind of like these skates. It gives you a bit more control, especially when you're playing games like Valorant, CSGO, stuff like that. And then in the bag here, looks like we got the dongle holder, and also looks like it's in a rose gold colorway. And then looks like you get a white cable with this. And then the only thing left in the box here is the documentation. So pretty cool aesthetic here. As you can see, you got the white cable matching the white buttons on the mouse. And then you got the matching rose gold dongle holder. So when it comes to the bottom of the rose gold Atlantis Mini, it looks like they opted to put a pink cover here on the bottom. And it's paired with a white PCB. So overall, this mouse has a pretty clean aesthetic all the way around. And as you can see here, standard on the Atlantis Mini, it does come with the smaller skates. So it does have a bit of a faster glide. And I do feel like the feet that these mice come with are very premium. They're very soft. They're not too hard or scratch or anything like that. They have a very great consistent glide on all my mouse pads. Alright, so here we have three different versions of the Lamzu Atlantis Mini. We got the white and blue version, we got the rose gold version, and we got the black version. I've already done a detailed version comparing the white and black version. I'll go ahead and do a quick overview for you guys, but I'll go ahead and put a link down in the description if you guys want to watch that video as well. All three of them come with a pair of black grips. They come standard with the small skates. All three of them also come with the option of the bigger skates and the dot skates as well. And the white and black version actually do come with a blue dongle holder as opposed to the rose gold that comes with the rose gold or pink dongle holder. So starting out with the differences in the white and blue version, this mouse doesn't have any type of special coating on it. The surface of this mouse is very smooth. It's just a straight injection plastic. So the best way to describe this mouse is just an extremely smooth plasticky feel to it. And I personally haven't had too many issues with this mouse or gripping this mouse. The reason I put the side grips on here is because it gave it a little bit of a wider feeling towards the middle of the mouse. But overall, if you are somebody that does get sweatier hands, then this might not be the best option for you. Since this has such a smooth surface, if you do get sweatier or clammier hands, this can be a little bit on the slippier side. But for me personally, since I mostly have dry hands, I haven't had any types of issues with this mouse. I actually do like the smooth plasticky feel on this mouse, and it still feels very premium in the hands. And as a matter of fact, to this day, this mouse actually has my favorite click implementation out of any mouse on the market. So next off, let's talk about the black Lamzu Atlantis Mini and the coating on this. So as I'm sure you guys can tell right off the bat, this mouse does not reflect light very well at all because it has a matte colorway. And the reason that Lamzu actually opted for a matte colorway on this mouse is so that you wouldn't see any like greasy fingerprints or your mouse wouldn't look dirty after you're done using it. And this mouse is actually coated with a chalk feeling oil. So though the surface of this mouse is smooth to the touch, it does kind of have an overall chalkier and grippier feeling. It definitely doesn't feel as smooth as the standard injection mold plastic mouse. I will definitely say that this texture is absolutely one of the grippiest mice that I've ever touched to this day. And though I don't have any issues with the surface of this mouse myself personally, I have seen some people with drier hands say that they're not the biggest fan of the feeling of this mouse. The best way that I can describe it is that the grippiness of this mouse when you're holding it in your hands does feel just slightly a bit more coarse. It's nothing like the Razer Viper V2 Pro that has an extremely coarse and kind of rough feeling almost surface. This is a lot smoother, but this does have a lot more friction on the surface of the mouse. I would definitely say if you do have very sweaty hands and you always struggle with the grip on your mouse, this is probably going to be the best option for you. So next we're moving on to the rose gold version of the Atlantis Mini. And I would definitely say with this version of the mouse, I would say it definitely has the best of both worlds in between these two. So as you can see with the rose gold colorway, since it is a lighter color, with this coating, you don't have any issue seeing any smudges or any fingerprints on the mouse. And overall, the feeling on the texture of this mouse is incredibly smooth. The surface of the mouse definitely feels a lot more similar to the straight injection mold plastic mouse. However, where the difference lies, it does have a coating on there, and you can definitely feel that this mouse feels much grippier in hands over the original version. And where the black version has the more coarse and chalky feeling to it, the rose gold version just feels smooth. So you don't have any type of a chalky feeling on the rose gold version. So let me go ahead and demonstrate the grip on all three of these mice. So as you can see on the standard version, it is a lot slipperier. Again, I don't personally have too much of an issue getting a grip on it, but you can definitely tell when you're rubbing your fingers across this mouse that you can definitely slide it across there pretty easily. It's a lot smoother of a surface. So when it comes to the rose gold version, as you can see, when I am pressing against the mouse and trying to slide my finger across, it definitely feels like a much grippier mouse, and my finger is sticking to it a lot better. And even as I'm clicking down on the mouse button and rubbing my finger across it, you definitely feel a lot more grippier resistance here on the rose gold version. And when it comes to the black version of the Lamzu Atlantis, I definitely feel like this version is a bit grippier than the rose gold colorway version. But I am feeling a bit more resistance here with the black version. It definitely feels much more stickier in hands. And if I were to rub my finger across the left click, yeah, you can definitely feel that the black version feels slightly grippier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub my finger across all three of these mice next to the mic to see if you can hear an audible difference in the friction on them. So the interesting thing about doing that test there is I feel like the audible difference on the plastic version, I feel like when I rubbed my finger across this mouse, it sounded a bit louder than the rose gold version did. So I think that's a great example to demonstrate how smooth feeling the actual surface of the rose gold mini is. And it definitely gives you much more grip over the white version. And the last thing I'd like to mention when it comes to these three mice is I do kind of notice that with adding the additional coating to these mice is that it kind of dampens the overall sound of the clicks of the mouse. So let's go ahead and drop a click test on all three of these mice so you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, they're adding the coating on top of the mice does kind of dampen the overall feedback that you actually do get from the switch itself. And though this is an incredibly small difference, these switches pretty much feel the same on all three of these versions. I just figured it's something that I would bring up. And the last thing I want to do here for you guys, I just want to throw the standard rose gold mini on the scale here to see what it weighs in at. And as you can see, it looks like I got the mouse coming in at 51.7 grams. All right, guys, so that's my final thoughts there on the brand new coating on the rose gold version of the Atlantis Mini. For those of you guys that know out there, this is absolutely one of my favorite mice on the market. I'm in love with the shape. It's one of my favorite shapes. And if you're someone that's into this mouse in this colorway, I want to say that this thing looks absolutely incredible in person. It's definitely much shinier than these other two mice, and it has a great aesthetic. It definitely pops. And I will say that I have been using this rose gold mini pretty extensively, editing all my videos and stuff like that about the past week, that this mouse and this coating, I think it feels absolutely phenomenal on here. And you know, honestly, I love all three of these versions. I don't think you can go wrong with picking either one of them. I do feel like the coating on this rose gold colorway is definitely great. I would absolutely recommend this if you have problems gripping your mouse and you have sweatier hands. If you have tried out the black version and you were not a fan of this coating, I definitely feel like this would be a great option for you. The clicks on this mouse, the overall feeling of it, the shape, I think that this mouse is just an absolute banger. All right, guys, so I hope this video has helped you out on which one of the versions of the Atlantis Mini you'd be interested in getting that'd be best for you. If there's anything that I left out or you have any additional questions, please let me know down in the comments below. And I did leave some links down in the description if you're interested in picking up any of these mice and supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.